This is the UN's Watergate. That's how Special Rapporteur for the United Nations, Philip Alston, has described the UN's failure to accept responsibility for bringing cholera to Haiti. He's on his way to the UN headquarters to present his report, which calls for the UN to say sorry to the victims and pay them compensation.
The response of the United Nations has been disgraceful. I think it brings discredit upon the organization. I think it makes it much more difficult for the UN to insist on holding governments to account for human rights violations when it is refusing to be held accountable itself.
For 6 years, the UN denied the outbreak began at one of its bases in Haiti, but scientific evidence proved irrefutable. In August 2016, the UN announced for the first time that it would provide compensation to victims as part of a $400 million cholera response. But raising the money is looking next to impossible, and Haitians want more than cash. They want an apology from the Secretary-General.
He said that the United Nations has a moral responsibility to help the people of Haiti deal with the consequences of the cholera outbreak.
Sure, but doesn't he have a moral responsibility to apologise?
I think that question is one that you should ask not only the Secretary-General, but also two other groups of people. One is the people who provide legal advice here in the United Nations, and the second is our member states who have a big interest in this.
Big interests. Professor Alston says the US, the main contributor to the UN's peacekeeping budget, is thwarting those calling for accountability, fearing it could lead to endless lawsuits. He argues that this rationale does not apply to the UN, as it has immunity in national courts.
My concern is that it puts the UN in a very bad light if whenever these major disasters occur, the UN is directly responsible and it says yes, but we're not going to admit anything.
Professor Alston says coming clean on cholera is essential if the UN wants to salvage its damaged reputation.